Hello, hello. This is good old Grandmaster Roden here, and this is the Anonymous Republic Network. I wanted to, in this video, I want to talk about a couple of things. And right now, first I want to talk about the whole something happened last night on Louder with Crowder, and YouTube did something really inappropriate. Yeah. Now, don't get me wrong. I like YouTube. I still consider it a good platform. Good. But what happened to Crowder himself? Tech companies have become powerful, big. He was doing a live stream about Joe Biden. And YouTube's emailed Louder with Crowder stating that they were violating the terms of service. And it's whoever works at YouTube kind of turned the switch. I don't know what for. See, what they do is if one video has a lot of likes, a lot of views, I mean, really lots of views, YouTube will either cut the views in half or take most of them away but leave very little views, and they'll switch the, say for example you have 1,000,000 likes, they'll switch it to where the video has 1,000,000 dislikes, for example. Now I did a video talking about let's see here. I did a video and I got one dislike, and it was, which one was it here? Trying to think. I did a video. It got a dislike, which I have no idea why. I was talking about the actor that played the Black Panther, which really is a good movie. It had 26 views. It was uploaded 2 weeks ago and got one dislike. Now, I was talking about how some celebrities die different ways. You know, cancer, diabetes, natural causes, die in a car wreck, plane wreck. It was have Kobe Bryant. He died in a pepper crash that took life of him and his daughter. But when I mentioned that video that the actor did not die of being sacrificed to the Illuminati, but he died of stage 4 colon cancer. He was diagnosed 4 years ago with stage 3, but he died this year of stage 4 colon cancer. And when I did the title of it, I was calling out a few people in the comments section about in a video that stated that, oh, he was sacrificed because he played Jackie Robinson and number was 42. That isn't the case. No, that isn't the case. Yeah, he played Jackie Robinson. He also played another character, but here in these tech companies are really not doing themselves any favors, because when you, for example, upload a video to, say, YouTube, and it's shared on, say, Twitter and Facebook, okay, fair enough. But when you take a video, any video that has a pretty good viewership, there's a huge number in likes, a very low number in dislikes. Somebody at YouTube will hit the switch and kind of make the video either lose some views, lose some likes, or switch the likes to dislikes, or basically remove the video in general, for whatever reason it is. Now, there's on Facebook, they got this fact checking nonsense. Like YouTube, somebody at the top will turn the switch or hit the switch and deem some crucial information, which they'll deem some crucial information as not live, not truthful. It's true. So there's this war on free speech by Silicon Valley. And Twitter is having a fit. I mean, they shut down the account for the lawyer for the 17-year-old kid that is right now is sitting in jail right now. He's sitting in jail. Twitter shut down his account, which is a big mistake, because this lawyer is a bulldog. He is going after Jack Dorsey and Twitter big time. And really, Twitter would need to really rethink of shutting down accounts of people who are just tweeting, and I mean, just because you don't like what someone tweets or posts on Facebook or a video uploaded onto YouTube, just because you don't like what is said, don't give you a right to boot somebody off the platform because you don't like what you're hearing or what you're seeing, even though it's not a problem. To say what's on their mind and what's in their heart. This kid, the 17-year-old kid who's in jail right now, and No, Kenosha. They're they're wanting to hurt this kid because he shot two of their own, and they want revenge. They want revenge. They're wanting what cell is he at? What floor is his cell? Because they're wanting to him because he defended himself. One person he shot and killed was a pedophile. The second guy he shot in the arm also is a criminal. And I watched the whole thing unedited. It was unedited. He went there to help protect business owners and their business because owners have been getting hurt, killed as of late. Their business getting torched, burnt to the ground. Their livelihood is gone. And it bugs me because you have people in this country who are working, busting their ass, to put food on the table for their family. A roof over their head. Take care of family. And so you got, now you have, now from right here that there's supposed to be a siege to the White House, and that went out the window because federal charges are now being thrown at the looters and rioters and fake protesters for crimes. And somebody had a fit because AG Barr put the bail at $1 million. Nothing wrong with that. Judge has been doing that for decades. You know, there was a case of one guy. His bail was at $2 million, and the reason that was set up that way is to keep him in jail until trial. And but somebody had a fit, so it kind of lowered. But even if it's $500,000, they can't afford it. You know? The lawyer probably can't afford it either because, you know, hey, look, but there is some issues that here I want to show you guys some here. TikTok is going to be banned within 48 hours. And TikTok and then another app, the download will be banned for 48 hours. I don't use TikTok. I never have used TikTok. I don't desire using that app. I'm fine where I'm at with YouTube and other platforms. So I mean, I mean, freedom of speech is not just a right, but a God-given right. Okay. Period. And so companies now sit with. I mean, there. He has a thing with this Blaze TV. They don't make money like the mainstream media does. I mean, they're making billions of dollars through their shit. And so Crowder, he's small potatoes, but he's pretty big on YouTube. Other people are going to BitChute. For a while, people were going to VidMe. What happened to VidMe? I thought that was a pretty good app, alternative, but it seems that people at YouTube were kind of not liking the idea that you're going to another platform, an alternative like VidMe. I've had about 5 videos on VidMe before I went. Then you have Quick, QIK, which was a pretty good platform because people used it. They uploaded it to a website, QIK, and you could upload it and everything else. And some company here in Silicon Valley bought it out, put it out of business. It was a good platform. You do your videos, you upload to that. Some First Amendment auditors back in the day used Quick, and it uploaded videos upon videos on that platform. Then they would share it onto YouTube or another platform. And like Vine, it went out of business. But we have here there's been a lot of Joe Biden, the dude. Really, I mean, he acts like the way he looks and sounds. He sounds like he's not all there. And the guy is really handsy on females. I mean, to me, it's kind of funky and fishy in a way. I think it's inappropriate the way he's acting towards females. It's grabbing them, smelling their hair and shit. It's kind of a sick thing. Newt Gingrich was cut off on Fox News the other day. I mentioned that George Soros is one of the funders, the guys people that are throwing in money to Antifa and BLM, and he got cut off. Now, usually Fox News doesn't do that at all. Okay, they never done it at all like that. Maybe during the Bush administration, but lately, no. But This is almost like taking a playbook from CNN and MSNBC. There was a article I came across the other day. I'm going to read to you guys here. Let me see here. Where's that? Okay, here we go. 5 Chinese nationals charged with in mega hacking scheme. Indian government network hit U.S. Also, wrong one. 5 adds Chinese APT 41 hackers to its cyber's most wanted list. There's been a lot of that over the years, and I think I kind of find it very fishy. I mean, really fishy. Um, I just find it really insane the way everything. I mean, not just the corona BS, but the whole rioting, looting, you name it, BS, and you got what's going on now. Well, there was a planned raid yesterday for the siege of the White House. I talked about this the other day, and the White House is like Fort Knox. Okay, you don't want to siege Fort Knox. Okay, it's also like Area 51. You don't want to siege Area 51, and you surely don't want to siege the White House because these are well guarded places. You have people on top of the White House. You have snipers on top of the White House to defend. Okay, they're talking about like this 5-point plan of the siege type of shit. And I'm laughing here. This is no more than a bunch of childish bullshit. Okay, and so um, you have a lot of this nonsense. Plus, for example, you have people who are defending their homes get charged. One guy got arrested for having a gun in his house. When you have a bunch of idiots outside his house pointing green lasers in his home. Now, that would bug anybody. That would piss off anybody. That would straight up piss off people. Okay? Piss off people. They're talking to this guy. One of them was saying, "We're not afraid of your gun, homie. We're not afraid of you or your gun." Okay. It don't matter if there's, I don't care if you have 200, 300 people. a few of you are going to get shot. A few of you are going to get shot. When you're saying you're not scared of his gun, it could be a 12 gauge, 14 gauge, 16 gauge shotgun. The guy could be having a AR-15 with 22 rounds, and you're saying you're not afraid of the guy's gun while you're pointing lasers in his house. You call 911 and lie because the guy has a gun and is willing to defend himself. Every individual has a right to defend themselves, but when you're a bunch of idiots who's causing this problem, and the person in the house, he's seeing you point lasers in his house. That's by doing that, you're making the person think that somebody's about to break into his house and take him out. And when you point a laser at somebody, they don't know if it's far away or nearby, and who is pointing the lasers at them. They don't know if it's a gun or what. It's like, they're pointing lasers at officers in Portland at the government building. That there is a crime, and it'll put you in jail for a while or in prison for a long time. You're not really thinking by doing that, but you're willing to call 911 and lie about the guy who's you are accused of threatening you. The guy is willing to defend his home and his life against a bunch of you motherfuckers. Okay? Suppose that. Now it's federal. Okay, now Kim Gardner, the DA in St. Louis, now it's federal. Okay, for example, she can't do shit federally. She's fucked. The DA in Seattle, the DA in Portland, the DA in Chicago, they're being paid off by George Soros to not prosecute these people. But now it's federal. What can they do now? What can they do now? Now, celebrity people are boycotting Instagram and Facebook. Wow. Now, I still say, even though it's, I mean, look, these heads of these companies are very arrogant as fuck. Arrogant and ego as fuck. I said this a few years ago that what if Twitter and Facebook start losing people and the number of users are dwindling. Facebook is a multi-billion-dollar company. Twitter is also a multi-billion-dollar company. What if out of the blue that everybody just uproots and leaves platforms? I'll tell you what. You have Parler. Okay? I'm on Parler. Quartering's on Parler. Parler is a good platform to be on because they don't censor you. Okay? MeWe don't censor you. Minds don't censor you. Gab doesn't censor you. Holliness doesn't censor you because these are free speech platforms like compared to Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. Hey, you can be as free as you want to be, but I mean, I do believe in free speech. I do believe in that. Hey, you're a human being. You're in this country where it's the first country in the world. We have rights, even though they're trampled with from time to time. But it's this war between free between the Silicon Valley tech titans and freedom of speech. A lot with Crowder last night. He was streaming a video of a story about Joe Biden last night. They got an email stating that they were violating the terms of service and other shit, and this happened before to a lot of people. With Crowder, you name it. Let's see, the Next News Network, a few other people on YouTube. They've had views on the videos cut in half, or a good majority of views were taken away, but leave very little views. Switch the likes to the dislike numbers. It's just bad. I remember about 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I did 2 videos that were taken down. I was questioning the shooting in Parkland High School. I was questioning it, but I had a theory and a question. First video, they didn't like that what I was doing, the video. Someone at YouTube pulled it. I couldn't stream for 3 months, 90 days. I found a way around that. And I tried to appeal. I wanted to appeal, tried to appeal. But I thought, I'll just let it go. My first time. Second time, same thing. They pulled the video. Well, like the first video, the reason of the pull and the flagging was harassment, threats, you name it. Even though I wasn't threatening anybody. Okay, like the first video, I was questioning. There were no threats, none of that. Okay, let me explain why. About 2 weeks after the shooting, I started to hear these things. I wanted to learn more, so I dig a little bit deeper into the story. And I heard about the shooter was arrested miles away from the school. His brother at the time was 18 years old. They arrested him at the home, and they said that they arrested him because he had a gun on him. He had a gun on him. So I asked the question was, when they arrested his 18-year-old brother, did they have the gun on him, or was the gun planted on him? Questioning. And also questioning other things of the shooting. And then all of a sudden, got the email. Your video's being pulled because of these reasons. Harassing, threatening, yada, 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 bullshit. Kind of thing. There was no threats. There was none of that. I was questioning everything, including the arrest of the 18-year-old brother. It said the shooter's brother was arrested, and was arrested, he had a gun on him. And I questioned on, did he have the gun on him upon his arrest, or did the FBI arrest him, then plant the gun on him before arresting him? Was the gun already on him, or was it planted? Boom! They pulled the video. Okay, boom! Pull the video. Now, if you question even the WHO's bullshit on the coronavirus, Susan Wojcicki was on CNN and NBC News and said word for word that if anybody on YouTube, I mean, any content creator, any whatever, questions the WHO's nonsense, or if you talk about vitamin D or anything, any of that sort with mentioning the coronavirus, your video would be removed. It would be stricken as a policy violation. Policy violation. So basically, you're not allowed to question the WHO. You're not allowed to question the COVID-19 bullshit. You're not allowed to question the entire thing. Because, in my opinion, I think Susan Wojcicki is in the pocket of the WHO as well as Dr. Fauci. Because if you question the COVID-19, if you question the WHO's bullshit, and you talk about anything like vitamin C, vitamin D, whatever that is, that could counter the COVID-19, your video will be removed. In her words, your video will be removed as a policy violation. I've mentioned COVID-19. I mentioned the zinc, vitamin D, C, you name it, all in one video at least 3 or 4 times. I haven't got my video removed or pulled at all. But yet, that's if you're monetized. If your videos are monetized, they're going to pull that too. They're going to pull your monetization video and even your video itself. Now, tell me that's chicken shit. It's chicken shit. These tech turds are becoming too big, too powerful. They're letting their egos and their arrogance inflate themselves, even their fucking head. All this money they have. Oh, by the way, Jack Dorsey isn't really the owner of Twitter. Okay, he's just a guy that is their third wheel. Okay, him and another guy booted the founder of Twitter. Now, Jack Dorsey was on Joe Rogan Experience. And who else on there? Tim Pool. Tim Pool blew, just totally blown Jack Dorsey out of the water because of what has been happening. Jack Dorsey loves censoring people. For example, I had to rebuild my page at least 3 or 4 times. And it's because the people at the top of Twitter don't like anybody with a critical thinking, a quick wit of words. If you were, or if you are, Adios, amigo. Your thing's gone. Facebook, I had, so I shared some memes, post some comments. I mean, not comment, but memes and shit like that to some groups. So I would share it on Facebook, also whatever. They get kind of perturbed because you're sharing these memes and shit, or these videos that have some common sense and really help awake people's brains from all this liberal bullshit. I couldn't post anything or show anything. I couldn't even make a comment for 25 days at one time. Almost a month. Almost a month. I couldn't share anything. I couldn't post anything. I couldn't even comment or respond. Basically, I was in Facebook jail for nearly a month. This is what happens when you have a critical thinking. They get too spooked over someone with critical thinking. And I think the Silicon Valley is like a woman constantly on the rag, period, every year, nonstop. Twitter, Facebook, you name it. These tech companies are like a woman on the rag 24/7. Constantly on the menstrual cycle. You know how it sounds? Nag, 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 nag. Full throttle. Bitch, 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 bitch. You gotta love Walter, man. But you have to. I mean, if you want to get away from this bullshit, go to an alternative. Minds, MeWe, Gab, Holland is BitChute, Parler, even Tumblr. Look, Tumblr is still a good platform. I do believe that. It is the garage rock band of social media. College garage rock band.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, real quick, just start raining.
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm back to guys. Took so long. It's about that. Had a whoa. Okay, not yet. All right. Sorry, been gone so long. Let's see here. All right. It's been a while, been a moment here, so don't bear with me. This is an example. Quick comment. Well, let's see about. Well, it's already almost 40 minutes here, so sorry it took so long. I had help with some couple of things. I moved TV on the porch and then cover a bike. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video, guys. Thank you guys for watching this video. Again, I'm Grandmaster Evan, and this is the Anonymous Republic Network. Knowledge power, knowledge free. All what's healthy and worldwide, guys. I'll see y'all guys in the next video. Peace.